Sales of video game players were lower again last year. The NPD group, which tracks the sale of gaming hardware and software, said the sales of consoles last month fell by 8% compared to October of 2012. But the sales of games themselves shot 12% higher this past year, thanks to some must-have titles like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Pokemon X and Y.
Well, sales of game consoles are expected to pick up sharply very soon, and that's because two of the biggest manufacturers of game players are putting out brand new systems just as the holiday shopping season kicks into high gear. And as Josh Lipton tells us, the newest console from Sony, just out today, is off to a terrific start.
From New York,
yeah, we doing this,
to San Francisco, hardcore gamers lined up outside of stores for one of the most anticipated launches in years.
Yeah, we've been waiting for a while for this. This is a big deal.
At midnight on Friday, Sony officially launched the PlayStation 4 in the U.S. It's the first shot in the upcoming video game wars. Microsoft is expected to release its Xbox One next week, which will be Sony's biggest competition in the battle for hardcore gamers. And with analysts pegging the global console market at around $10 billion, it's a battle that neither side wants to lose. So how do these two consoles stack up? Well, the features are actually pretty similar, but here's the big difference. The PS4 will retail for about $100 less. Sony's hoping that's going to give it the competitive edge it needs to beat out its rival.
In terms of the overall numbers, we're planning on selling around 5 million units worldwide by the end of our financial year, end of March. And that's significantly ahead of where we were with the last generation of PlayStation 3.
Thank you. Morgan Stanley forecasting similar numbers, with expectations for Sony to sell around 3 million units by the end of the year. And any way you slice it, Sony has held a pretty dominant lead in terms of hardware units shipped to retailers this year. Analysts say Sony has a lot riding on the launch.
I think Sony, if it wants to get back to make its own predictions for where it will be in a couple of years in terms of profitability, the PS4 platform has to succeed.
Sony, once seen as the premier name in consumer electronics, has lost its luster. The stock is down nearly 50% over the past decade, with companies like Samsung and Apple now dominating the space. But this year, shares have bounced back, tacking on about 65% since January. Bulls, like the team at Morgan Stanley, pin their hopes on faster restructuring at the company, especially for its PC and TV segments. And a strong showing from the PS4 could go a long way in helping Sony win back consumers. Josh Lipton for Nightly Business Report, San Francisco.